Next up,
All right.
the main topics.
Hey.
Iconic sports games.
Sports games.
So, Jenny,
Yes.
this is a game that was near and dear to my heart for a long, long time. This was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake. We played it for PS4. And as soon as you turn that sumbitch on, you immediately hear Goldfinger. And it feels so right because the soundtrack to that game is, in my opinion, spectacular and probably the best soundtrack to any game.
Absolutely.
I know you won't have the same nostalgia because this is like 90s like punk rock and like, ska and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But so this is what I'm curious about. I'm obviously going to be in love with the game. What did you think about the soundtrack and the audio in the game?
Instantly feels like I walked into like Zoomies or something. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm going to go build a skateboard right now and then immediately go head out to the skate park with my friends.
Heck yeah.
Like I was feeling it and I wanted to go hang out with Tony Hawk.
Hell yeah.
It was great.
And Tony Hawk does the narration in the game cool, which is, when you're doing like
I appreciate that.
What is it called? Not the testing. What the hell is it called?
Tutorials?
Tutorials, yeah. Those are words.
Testing. Professionals here. But yeah, great soundtrack.
And you'd never played a skateboarding game before, right?
Never. The closest I've played to a skateboarding game is on Kingdom Hearts 2. Like,
oh, God.
Just doing the cool little tricks and mail delivery. This was nothing like that. Nothing.
Yeah. Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
So, what did you think about Tony Hawk?
It was so hard. It really was. Honestly, never playing any skateboarding games. Oh my God. There was a lot. The tutorials were a lot to get through. Oh my God. I felt like so many buttons to remember.
Yeah, you did the tutorials for most of the time.
Yeah, that took a while.
Until you started to get into a level.
And then it still feels like I didn't learn the controls right.
It's not easy to get into. Once you get some of the controls down, it gets a little bit easier.
Yeah, but I appreciated that because it really did feel like you're riding a skateboard. You're learning. You got to practice. I have to go back and play Tony Hawk because that's the only way I'm going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, I was never good at skateboarding in real life, but like when I was a kid, I thought I was excellent at Tony Hawk, by the way. Like I thought I was like not like it like I knew there was people better than me for sure, but I thought I was pretty damn good at the game.
That's so
Pop
great
this son of a
kid,
bitch in, put this thing in. I was like, oh no, I am not very good at this.
Yeah, nothing like before.
I thought I was phenomenal at that game, and now I'm just like I can barely like not fall over constantly. Like I'm bailing out constantly.
Constantly.
I've gotten better since then. Obviously, I put more time into it, but But it does feel like Tony Hawk. That's the one thing I will say.
Yeah.
It feels the way Tony Hawk used to feel. It feels great. The gameplay is solid. I just need to get better.
Okay. And they'll just take practice.
It will.
It will.
How long did you play for?
What was that about? Like, we almost played for an hour or so?
Yeah, I would say like an hour, maybe an hour and a half, somewhere around there.
Yeah, we spent a good 30 minutes on the tutorial, and then we finally got to play a little bit of the rounds.
Yeah, we played the mall.
The mall.
Yep.
That was so hard. Oh my God. I am not used to that turning. The turning was insane. Yeah, I need a lot of patience for games like that.
Yeah, it definitely is going to take a lot of practice.
But it's something I would like to jump back into, for sure.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So yeah, maybe we'll go back to that in the future, play a different level, something like that. Mm-hmm. The next game on our sports agenda is a classic.
Yes. Cue music.
Jenny loves the Wii Sports music.
Yes, Wii Sports. Oh my gosh. So what did we play? We played baseball on there. We played tennis. We played golf. We didn't get to play boxing or bowling though. But
we both played those in the past.
I think everyone has played bowling at least, even if it's like at a family gathering.
I think the majority of people in the United States have played Wii bowling at some point in their life.
Oh my gosh.
And that was like huge for the console. Like that. So just a quick like backstory for you guys. Reggie Fils-Aimé, who was like he used to be like the head of Nintendo in North America. He's no longer there. He retired. Mm-hmm. He pushed for that to be a pack-in in the game against like the Nintendo of Japan. Like he fought with them over and over to get that put in with the system, and that really is what made the system blow up. Like them packing in Wii Sports was like the most genius move ever. Everybody wanted a Wii just to get Wii Sports.
But it was a perfect way of showing off the Wii itself too. I think that game, like, it shows all the motions, all the controls. You get the nunchuck in there for boxing. Yeah, you can't beat that game. I see why you push that one.
Yeah, it just makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as soon as you pick up the remote, there's no, like, you don't have to explain it. You can literally hand it to your grandparents and be like, it's a baseball bat. Swing the baseball bat. Boom, they're swinging the bat.
Yeah, and anyone can jump in.
Yeah, that's the most genius of it. It's just very easy to use.
Mm-hmm.
So we played baseball first. What do you think about baseball?
Oh, man. It wasn't like how you think baseball was. It was basically pitching and swinging.
That's pretty much
They
it.
should have called it that.
Even in baseball games, like back in the day, like you eventually would like control like the fielders and stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
But in this game, you just control the pitcher, the batter, and that's it.
That was it. Swinging, I would say it was kind of realistic.
It was kind of realistic, but you know, the Wii. This is the thing about the Wii. The Wii always feels just a little off.
Yeah.
It never feels just right. It's like, man, that was close.
Even if you calibrate it to the max. I feel like we should state too, we played this on a Wii U.
Oh, we did play on a Wii U, yes. So we had that was fun setting that up. We were remembered of how wonderful the Wii U is to set up.
Yeah. Don't get a Wii U.
God.
It was a struggle.
I have nightmares. Like, this is why I don't play the Wii U. It's such a pain in the ass. Every time I turn it on, it's like...
I think we spent like 15 minutes alone just trying to set that guy up.
No.
Ugh.
I hooked up my original Nintendo from 1980 in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, it was so quick.
It's unbelievable.
Very realistic though in its own way. I think you can get really the swinging in, throwing.
Yeah, I would say that goes with the tennis and the golf too. The swinging all feels pretty good, but it's just a little off. There was times where we were playing tennis and I would swing and I'd be like, that should have hit it, and it didn't.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was our calibration or what, but that's why I feel like bowling was the perfect one.
Bowling
all
always
you
seems
had
to work
to
better.
Do is that, and that was perfect.
You can start twisting your wrist a little bit, get that spin on the ball, you know?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Should we talk about what we give and take to the game?
Yeah. So, I mean, if I would definitely leave bowling in there.
Absolutely, yeah.
I would take away probably the golf really was not that great. It
was more in depth than I imagined. When I first played the golf, I think as a kid, I had no idea. Those 3 little dots you were showing me, that must be like
it's like a range finder.
A golf thing. Golf game thing.
I've played tons of golf games. I played Tiger Woods for years and years. I haven't played a golf game in a while, but like I know how a golf game should play.
Yeah.
And that, to me, that was like the most basic golf game you could ever imagine.
But you got to appreciate that in its own way. Like, they hit all the marks.
They did.
Yeah.
It's just there was things like when you were putting, for example, there was no, like, most golf games have a grid so you can tell, like, depth of field, like on the field. You could tell like how there's like a little hill or something like that, so you can get your stroke just right. And it wasn't like that. It was all distance based.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's it.
Don't hit it too hard, dude.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And then even like the calibration of hitting it too hard was such a fine line. Such a fine line.
It was either you would barely swing or you would whack the shit out of the ball. There was no
and it
medium.
felt like you were doing the same thing. It's like, oh, that was too hard. Mm-hmm. Oh, that was too light now. And it was exactly the same.
We spent at least like 10 minutes practicing swinging every time because you couldn't get it right.
But it didn't matter. It didn't matter in the end. It was all chance.
No, the golf I would get rid of for sure.
Yeah.
I think I would leave tennis. I would leave bowling. I would leave boxing. Boxing was always fun.
Boxing was good.
I'd probably get rid of baseball too.
Yeah, I would too. Baseball could have used some work.
I think they could have put in like even a fishing game might have been a good idea to throw in there.
Did they do? Well, they didn't do that with Resort even. I wish we got to touch on Resort a little bit too.
Resort I'm less familiar with. I know they added basketball, I believe, right? Wasn't that in Resort?
Maybe. I know they had like paragliding or something too.
Sure.
I remember that.
Yeah. I want to say they had basketball in there.
Yeah, and jousting. Oh, it was weird. That was a weird game. But good game.
What would you add to it?
I wish it was a little more refined, like you were saying with the golf little things. The tennis was pretty good though.
Tennis was alright.
We didn't need to do anything with there. Yeah, baseball. Oh my gosh.
It was just weird.
I wasn't expecting that. It didn't feel like baseball.
I thought the golf was probably better than the baseball. Those two things I would take out though and replace with something else. I can't think of
yeah.
another sport per se that I would put in there other than fishing, though.
Yeah. There's no way they would have been able to do soccer either.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
thinking. Maybe they could pull off a soccer game, but I don't know how
That
that
would be
would
so
work.
hard with hands. They did good. They did good for what
You
they
could just shoot on goal.
Oh, yeah.
You could do that.
But it'd be hard with your hand. It'd have to be things involving the hand.
Yeah.
Fishing would have been good. You can,
Yeah.
like, throw it.
I think that would have been probably the best thing I could think of. Or javelin. Maybe, like, throwing a javelin.
Oh, my God.
How many TVs would have broke over that, man? It would just
my...
be like, whoo!
I wonder how many TVs broke from bowling overall.
Oh, man. There's plenty. There's plenty of videos on YouTube people breaking their TVs
it was
playing
like
the
a
Wii.
thing on AFB and all that, yeah.
My God. AFB, there's a callback.
Oh, yeah.
America's Funniest Home Videos.